The old yellow camping bus rolled smoothly along a lonely forest highway as the sun began to set behind the tall pine trees. Inside the bus, 6 friends laughed and talked excitedly about the camping trip ahead. Alex kept his hands on the wheel while glancing occasionally at the road ahead. Maya sat near the window scrolling through her phone, while Jordan joked loudly with Emma about who would start the campfire first. Diego leaned back in his seat enjoying the peaceful ride, and Sam quietly watched the forest pass by through the window. Everything felt normal, but then something strange began to happen. The sky above the forest slowly started to change. Dark clouds began forming where the clear evening sky had been only moments before. At first it looked like an approaching storm, but Maya noticed something unusual. The clouds weren't moving like normal storm clouds. They were spinning, slowly forming a massive spiral above the road. "Maya," Alex said, noticing her worried expression. "What's wrong?" She pointed outside the window. "Look at the sky." Everyone turned to look. At that moment, the laughter inside the bus stopped. The forest suddenly became unnaturally quiet. The wind died. The birds that had been flying above the trees suddenly scattered and disappeared. Sam checked his phone. "No signal," he said quietly. A strange tension filled the air. Alex slowly pressed the brake, bringing the bus to a stop in the middle of the empty road. The 6 friends stepped outside and looked up. Above them, the clouds twisted faster and faster as if the sky itself was being pulled apart. Then suddenly, crack! A powerful flash of light split the sky open. The clouds tore apart, and a massive glowing portal appeared high above the forest road. Blue energy swirled inside the opening while lightning flickered along its edges. The friends stared in shock. "What is that thing?" Diego whispered. Before anyone could answer, dark shapes began falling from the portal. At first they looked like meteors crashing down toward the forest. But when the first one slammed into the ground nearby, the earth shook violently beneath their feet. A massive crater formed as dust and debris exploded into the air. Another shape fell from the sky, then another. The ground trembled again and again as the mysterious objects crashed around them. The friends stood frozen as something began to move inside one of the craters. A huge figure slowly rose from the smoke. The creature stood nearly 8 feet tall, its skin gray and rough like stone. Long arms stretched down its sides, and its glowing blue eyes scanned the forest with terrifying intensity. The friends stared in horror. Then another giant stepped out from behind the trees. And another. They weren't alone. The creatures had come through the portal. Fear exploded through the group. "Run!" Emma shouted. The friends turned and sprinted toward their bus. Behind them, the giants began moving. Each step of the creatures slammed into the ground with incredible force, shaking the road like a small earthquake. Jordan nearly lost his balance as the earth trembled beneath his feet. "Go! Go!" Maya screamed. The group jumped into the bus just as the giants reached the road. Alex turned the key. The engine roared to life. The bus shot forward down the dark forest highway as fast as it could. For a moment, it looked like they might escape. But then Sam looked out the rear window. His face went pale. "They're chasing us." The giants were running with terrifying speed. Their massive feet smashed against the ground, sending shockwaves through the road. Trees shook violently as the creatures closed the distance between them and the bus. One giant leaped over a fallen tree, landing closer than before. Inside the bus, the friends gripped their seats in fear as the vehicle rattled violently. Alex pushed the accelerator as far as it could go, but the giants were gaining. Behind them, one of the monsters suddenly leaped forward, its massive shadow stretching across the road toward the bus. Inside the vehicle, the friends looked at each other in terror, because deep down they all realized something horrifying. Those creatures hadn't just appeared. They had invaded. And this nightmare was only the beginning. To be continued.